The Delaware County Commissioners want to move the Justice Center, including the jail, to the old Wilson Middle School. County Commissioner James King gave Newslink, Indiana a tour.
This area and the area next to it, this is where the Sally Port will go. The Sally Port is where the law enforcement officers will, if they arrest somebody, they will bring them in here.
Sheriff Ray Dudley, who is running for re-election, has a different idea. He wants to move the jail to a shell building south of town.
I don't think it's necessary to move the entire county workforce out from the city of Muncie out to the Asens building when all we are talking about is a jail problem.
Former Sheriff Steve All, who was sheriff when a lawsuit about conditions in the former jail were settled, says this project has to be done before it is too late. All says he is in favor of Dudley's plan.
We need to address that before the federal court comes in and tells us what we're going to do and not do.
Both agree, though, that a new jail has to be better for the community now and in the future.
We don't need to think about 2018, 2019, 20. We need to think about, is this jail going to be compatible?
If we sit on our hands and we don't do anything now, we will end up in the same situation we was I believe it started in 1978 into the 80s till the new jail was built.
For now, though, all eyes are looking forward to November 6th. In Muncie, Celia Lavoie, Newslink, Indiana.
The Muncie auditions we look forward to enormously because there are a lot of people who come, very talented from all over America, and it's a kind of highlight in the auditions.
The Hastings International Concerto Competition holds preliminary rounds at 5 sites around the world: London, England, Milan, Italy, Tokyo, Japan, Wuhan, China, and Muncie, Indiana. The decision to bring the competition to Ball State came after meeting Professor Robert Palmer.
He said, "Robert, I've got this little piano competition called the Hastings International Piano Concerto Competition."
When the competition comes to Ball State, the judges are able to eliminate some distractions.
They advertise for us, they do all the administration of it, which is brilliant for us.
This lets the judges focus on the music and the musicians, like Ball State's Alvise Pascucci.
We're looking for somebody with magic. That amazing business that the world stops when somebody plays.
Vibo has that magic himself. He won the competition when he was in his 20s. Now he is the creative director.
But the competition's developed a lot. It's unusual in that it's actually a concerto competition.
Now the performers will try to give the performance of their lives.
This is like the Olympics for these young pianists. They've practiced for years to get to this point, hours a day. And in that 25 minutes, you hope you bring your A game.
One woman is taking on the city of Anderson in a fight to get crosswalks installed to make pedestrians safer. Newslink Indiana's Celia Lavoie is in Anderson with the story.
People run across this busy street all the time just trying to get home. Last month it was Cynthia Young running across and she almost got hit. This month she's fighting the city to try and get crosswalks installed to keep pedestrians safe.
This is a very dangerous road out there. A lot of people have died on this road. A lot of people have complained about how hard it is to get across the street.
Cynthia Young lives in an apartment complex on Scatterfield Road. 2 people were killed in less than a month trying to cross the busy state highway. One of those killed was Young's friend, Nancy Shaw.
She was the type, she would give you the shirt off her back. They always had a smile on their face.
Shaw was coming back from the grocery store when she and her daughter were hit by a car. The driver told police he didn't see the 2 women in the street.
Them little light poles up there, they ain't doing nothing. They're dim for one thing. And then you cannot see nothing. I say I can understand why the man couldn't see and they couldn't see. They stepped out into their own, she stepped out into death when it didn't even have to be like that.
Now, Young is fighting to get crosswalks put in at Cross Street and Scatterfield. After reaching out to city officials and hearing nothing back, she got a response from the Indiana Department of Transportation. INDOT told her because it was in Anderson city limits, putting crosswalks in on Indiana State Route 9, also known as Scatterfield Road, was not their responsibility.
I want the city to do something and I blame the city.
Next, Young will go to the Anderson City Council with signatures and letters. Young has also written letters to Anderson city officials.
My plan is to take those petitions, go before the city council with a couple of other people behind me to let them know that the people here in the city of Anderson can't stand it and is not going to take it anymore.
For now, Young will keep fighting for her friend.
It's hard, and I know it's a long road, and I got a long fight, but I'm a fighter. I'm not one to back down, and I'm not scared of anything, you know. The Lord put this on my heart to do it, and this is what I'm going to do.
I spoke to an engineer for the city of Anderson, and he told me because Scatterfield Road is also Indiana State Route 9, it is a highway which would be considered part of INDOT's jurisdiction. However, I spoke to INDOT today, and INDOT told me since it falls in Anderson city limits and there's a community around the area, that it falls into Anderson's jurisdiction. That would mean that INDOT would then collaborate with them once the decision is made whether or not to put crosswalks in. Now, INDOT also told me some of the things they consider when putting crosswalks in is the area around it and if there are pedestrian resources already in place, like sidewalks. There are no sidewalks here. For now, live in Anderson, Celia Lavoie, Newslink, Indiana.
The first Anderson City Council meeting of the year is Thursday, January 10th.